Hi guys, and hi guys. Hello everyone on Instagram and everyone here on YouTube Live. We're having a little chill Thanksgiving stream. You can see how chill it is by the fact that I am not completely ready yet for human consumption. But I am ready to be consuming a lot of delicious treats this holiday.
Guys,
so
guys.
I'm very excited about that. So let's see who's here so far. Who we got? We got Robbie. I see you there. Oh, Robbie, you are not spending Thanksgiving alone this year. You're spending it with us. Hello, hello, hello. Raf Pipe and Cameron and X the Best and Donnie's Corner and Bean Toaster, of course, and Shesed. Hello, all the way out there in the Philippines. Who else we got? Oh my gosh, we got so many people on the Insta web too. This is fun. I'm gonna shut that off because that's gonna get annoying real fast, right? All those alerts. This is not a day for alerts. This is not a day for notifications. This is day for snuggly sweaters and eating a lot of food and being thankful about the things that we have and enjoying each other, right? That's my focus on Thanksgiving. Not so much the history of the day. We're just going to put that aside because I don't love that. But I do love I love the tradition of spending time with your loved ones, and specifically on a day where we are focusing on what we're thankful for, right? Because I know it gets thrown around so much. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I've been thinking about how words that are really awesome suddenly when they become mainstream and people are kicking them around so much and they're all over and people are using them like so much, it seems like they lose their meaning. And I think one of the ones that unfortunately sometimes people take for granted is gratitude, because it's always like, oh, you need to have your gratitude practice and your gratitude journal. And then it turns into an assignment, right? Like being thankful turns into something you have to do in order to have a good life. And for any of you who have read my book, you know that I am not about being told what to do. So what I've been leaning into a lot lately is not just gratitude and being thankful. What's been really lovely is leaning into the wonder of the things that are happening in the world, leaning into the wonder of the people that surround me in my life. You know, I'm so thankful for them, but I'm also in awe of them. Everybody, my dear friends and my family are just such wonderful people, and I'm so grateful. Like one of my hands down, my greatest accomplishment in my life is being able to be surrounded by these people that are so lovely in my world. And that includes this online community. I can't believe, I mean, geez, Beam Toaster, Finn, for starting the Bemaniacs Discord and all of that. That is, it's super sweet. I love you for it. I love all of you guys who are joining us from over there from the Bemaniacs Discord. Finn, would you do us a solid and put that Discord in the, I don't know why I'm waving this lighter. This does have a purpose, I promise. Put that Discord link in the chat somewhere so people can see it. Also, hello over there in the UK. I know it's a lot later there. So first thing I wanted to do, so every morning, and this is admittedly a shameless plug for a friend's business, because she became a friend because I fell in love with her when I found out about her business. And it just is such a testament to who she is. So my friend Beth Gedio started a company called State of Being Candles. And each one of these candles has a different like trait on it. There's love, there's resilient, there's abundant, there's all sorts of them. And I have them all lined up like little soldiers, like all of the scents. I was going to say flavors, but you don't need candles, kids. No, don't try that at home. I have them lined up like little soldiers on my desk. And every morning when I'm up there, if I'm writing or I'm working on things and just kind of thinking about the day, I pick one to be the theme of the day for me to be focused on. And so today I thought this one would be great for all of us. This one is loved. And they all come with a little affirmation on them. So this one says, I am loved. I celebrate my heart and its ability to give and receive the love that surrounds me. I am loved. So that's good, because I feel like that's good for today, because I'll tell you what, the holidays can be a tricky time. Oh no, I was going to say, does this lighter not work? That would be really embarrassing. I guarantee you at some point during this stream, I'm going to have to run off screen to grab something because I'm really bad at preparing for streams. Anyone who has been in the Discord and seen me attempt technology, anyone over there who's done that can vouch for that. So one of the reasons that she did these candles, though, she really wanted to make a difference in the world, and she grew up doing affirmations. Her mom taught her, and her family always did affirmations to just remind them of connecting to themselves and connecting to the various parts of their life, right? So each one of these has an affirmation, and what's cool is that not only do they all smell amazing, but when you connect the scent to that trait, then every time you light it, you just kind of like automatically fall into it, and it's really, really, really lovely. So this one is, it's delicious. It just smells so nice, and it matches my sweater. Okay, so we're gonna put that there. So let's see, right? They are so sweet and thoughtful, Robbie. I agree. I totally agree. So before, I mean, you could eat candles if you want. I guess that's entirely an option. It's not something I suggest. I don't know what your candles are made of. Snapdragon Game Channel, you're a new fan. Thank you for joining us. You'd love to read my book. I would love for you to read my book. So all of you, if any of you don't know who I am, by the way, hi, I'm Anjali. I'm an actress and a singer and a dancer and an author and a producer and anything that they pay me to do that's legal, it seems like these days. I'm also the proud mother of Charlie the Best Dog, who has his own theme song and soon will be coming out with an EP in 2023. We have declared it. Well, we will be coming out with an EP of his songs, not him singing, because that would be impressive. My book, I Am Fun Size and So Are You, Thoughts on a Tiny Human Living a Giant Life, came out this year through my publishing company, my brand new publishing company, Tiny Paws Publishing. Very excited about that. Came out in September. The audiobook is available, so you can put me on in your car and hang out with me. The ebook is available, so you can have it on your little phone if you need to read while you're hanging out in line somewhere or just bored. And then, of course, there's the hard copy of the book, which is my favorite because I have, yeah, here we go. I told you I was going to have to run grab something. This is the best stream ever, you guys. I'm so proud of myself having to run away. Okay. So the thing I love about the book, and one of the reasons that I wanted to publish it through my own company, is that it's like the quality of the pages is so good. The experience of reading it, it's a nice heavy book, it's bright colors. And Vivian Trong, who is one of the most incredible artists I've ever met. She's Super Risu on Twitter and all of those, all the other places. She did these adorable illustrations. Look at these guys. I mean, come on. Charlie and I high-fiving. Charlie and I in space. Like, there's so many beautiful illustrations in there. I wanted it to be a fun experience to read, as well as an experience that, much like this stream, is very specifically geared to letting you know that you are not alone. Letting us all know, frankly, because I know in tough times, it can really feel like no one understands what you're going through. It can really feel like, yeah, it's easy for everybody else, but not for me. And I guarantee you, first of all, even though the plot points of your life may be different, the actual feelings that you are feeling, I bet that there are people around who have felt those same feelings, because the human condition is something that we all share, right? We all experience loneliness and sadness and heartache and all of those things on top of all the great things. But I also guarantee you, especially now that we live in the age of technology and we have the interwebs to connect with each other, there is always someone out there to connect with. There's always someone to lend a helping hand. There's always someone to boost you up. There's always someone to send you a funny dog meme, whatever it is that you need. I'm all about the funny dog pictures, so please send them away. But I really wanted this book to help people have that experience. And that's a lot of what I feel like, how do I put this? For those of you who are Overwatch fans and who have heard this story, I Am Fun Size, the series started because I fell so in love with the online gaming community and the artistic community there after Overwatch came out. It was my first time that I connected with so many people who were doing fan art and cosplay and fan fiction, and so giving of themselves, right? Just so generous with their energy. And so I wanted to give something back. And so I Am Fun Size, the series was born here on the YouTube, which you guys can all subscribe to and check out. There's a bunch of episodes there. But what I loved the most about being able to do that is being able to answer questions from my own experience, and hopefully someone out there, hopefully 1, 2, 10, 10,000, I don't care how many people, hopefully someone out there could experience some comfort knowing that I might have been through something similar, some comfort knowing that they're not alone, and that it's not easy for everyone, and that it's not easy, even the people you think it's easy for you. There's a quote out there, I don't know who it's actually by, because I've heard a lot of people attributed to a lot of people, but everyone you meet is fighting a war you know nothing about, so be kind, right? So it's not easy for everybody. Even the person you think has everything that you want, they are not proof that you can't get it. They are proof that you can, because it's out there in the world and someone has it. So why not you, right? That's an exciting way. And I used to be terrible about that. I used to be really, really bad at it. And I used to feel very small. I used to feel very like constricted by that, because it's a very lonely place to be, right? We don't have to live there. We get to live these beautiful, magnificent, fun-sized lives where we can have big friends big-hearted friends who can share our experiences with, and we can make huge mistakes. And as long as we survive them, okay, we've survived them and learned a lesson. Like, really, at the game of life, maybe this is a low bar, but all you got to do is survive it and be kind to people. That's how I feel. Everything else is just like parts of the game of life. So let me check what's going on in the chat, because I am very, very remiss in paying attention. Really wish the Apex cast did more stuff like the videos you guys with the Overwatch peeps. Good to know, Necray. Perhaps I will start that magic up, although I do believe that they do a lot of that stuff on the TikTok, which I have not yet really gotten into. I'm like kicking and screaming, like trying not to be sucked into it. But yeah, see, there's tons of them doing Q&As. Also, if you join us on the Bemaniacs Discord, we have a lot of guests come visit, and we do chit chats and just random appearances of us showing up with tea. Let's see. I'm gonna go to that chat. I'm gonna go to this chat. You guys, I don't know why I decided that I was going to do this on 2 platforms. I mean, I know why, because I wanted this available to as many people as possible. But also it means that I'm spending a lot of time going back and forth. So apologies for that. I did promise one thing on this stream. I did promise you all a very, 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 very simple recipe that you can enjoy really on Thanksgiving or any time, but particularly around this time of season, because of the whole pumpkin thing. And I may have gone a little bit overboard on the pumpkin. I don't know how to show you guys all of the boxes of pumpkin items that I have over here, because they're holding up the phone. But like, we got pumpkin spread, we got pumpkin spice coffee, we got gluten-free pumpkin pancake and waffle mix. Behind that, we got gluten-free pumpkin bread. I mean, there's a lot of pumpkin in this house. Plus the little pumpkin, Charlie, he's upstairs with his dad. But this recipe is something that I made for myself when I was shooting Ms. Marvel. And it was when we were still near the beginning of COVID and trying to figure out how to be safe, you know, in while going back to shooting. So as a result, I was not leaving my hotel room other than to go to work. And I was alone on Thanksgiving because that just happened to be where I was. And so I had a little stream, and I decided that I was going to make hotel pumpkin spice lattes. Because again, I'm a sucker for pumpkin food. I'm a sucker for holiday food, like traditional holiday food. Turkey I can do without, but like all the trimmings, come on, all that delicious, the cornbread and the sweet potatoes, la, 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 la. Okay, so this is my incredibly jankety pumpkin spice latte recipe that you can do in a dorm room or you can do anywhere. First of all, obviously you need coffee. Doesn't matter what kind of coffee, it's your own option. We do a lot of the Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee, not that kind of mushrooms. Stay safe, stay in school, don't do drugs. We use this because it's super easy, and it has delicious, not delicious, it has really healthy compounds in it, like chaga and cordyceps I have to say it that way so that you know that I sound, I mean, I fully know that I sound really bougie when I say that. So if you are traveling, these are great to have. And I always travel with these for that very reason. But also if you're traveling and you're in a hotel room, 99% of the time, they're going to have a little coffee maker in there. If you're lucky, they have an electric kettle, and I will tell you why that's awesome too. So put this bad boy in here. We do have a coffee maker that is like, it's like a small car. It's very fancy. I'm looking at it right now, and again, I can't move. Well, I can show the folks on Instagram this coffee maker. Like it's legit. You know, we do have that coffee maker, so sometimes I do that. But this is the hotel dorm room version, right? So I'm going to put some hot water in here to make this coffee. Sorry, that's the coffee maker making hot water. It really all you need for this, by the way, is a microwave and the ingredients. So we're going to do that. And as the hot water happens, I'm going to go to the refrigerator and bring out ingredient number 2. Answer. We have milk of your choice. She keeps turning it around to try to find the label. I'm using cashew milk because I like how much it foams. And I can't do dairy. So anyone who can't do dairy, let's see. Waiting for that to go because it's loud. It's very, very loud. Wait. Can we talk about the fact real quick that never mind. I'm not even gonna talk about that. Sorry, never mind. I changed that. Delete that from the record. I know it's such a tease, right? I apologize. Okay. That's a lot of water. I need you to stop. Okay. So I would put the slightest bit less water than you normally do into your coffee because you're going to have some liquid with your milk of choice. So then your milk. If you are doing this with a microwave, which many of you I suspect will be doing, you will want to pour a little bit of your milk into here, like up to a cup, I would say, but you don't really need to put that much. Maybe like half a cup, depends on how light you like your latte. We'll talk about my mug collection in a second because that's one of my favorite things to do. So you put it in here. If you have a fancy coffee maker where you can do this thing, I don't know what that's called. We call it the zhuzh in the house. Shout out to Toronto. You'll put this in the microwave for like 45 seconds. You don't want it to get hot. You just want it to be like, you don't want it to boil. You want it to be hot, but not boiling. So I'm going to put that in there. If you're in a dorm, you go down the hall to that little area where you can, you know, the little community area where you can throw your Hot Pockets or whatever it is that you're warming up in Hot Pockets. And you can do that in there. So you have your hot coffee. And while that's happening, this is the part this is another part where you can choose how you want to do it, right? So the pumpkin part, you can, if you have access to it, use actual pumpkin, which for those of you who have a dog is also really good for doggies. So if you just use like nice, we use organic pumpkin because our dog eats better than I do. You can take a spoonful of that and put that in there if you have access to that. Or if you are not someone who minds a lot of sugar in your life or a little sugar in your life, there are a lot of pumpkin spice syrups out there that you can grab. But again, for traveling, it's not really something you don't want to travel with a giant bottle of pumpkin spice syrup because that's weird. So one of the things that I picked up on Amazon is this pumpkin spice stevia. So I put a few drops of that. Okay, I put more than a few drops because I like things really sweet, but you don't like, I would suggest only a few drops because it's really, really potent. And not everybody likes the taste of stevia. So if you haven't tried it before, give it a minute. Hi, Queen Val. Hello, Ms. Mams. Ms. Mam says hi. And hi, Boots. Oh, someone's trying to call me. Sorry, guys. That was someone tried to call me, and I guess I forgot to put do not disturb on there. Am I still here on Instagram? All right. Hopefully that's working. I don't know what's going on over there. So I'm going to put in my pumpkin spice latte. I'm going to heat up. I heated up my my milk, and now this little toy. This is the zhuzh b'zhuzh. This is known as this is a coffee frother, milk frother. You can find this at Bed Bath & Beyond for like $9.99. super, super cheap, super, super easy. And what you will do with it is you will put it a little bit under the surface of your milk and just turn it on. And it sort of creates this little whirlpool. And as the whirlpool is happening, you're going to want to go around the whirlpool really slowly. And you will see it's very easy. You will see it will just start to froth up and make this lovely foam top, which is really cool. Abhi, I think this might be something that you actually could eat, depending on how restricted you are. This is a very healthy thing. And you can make it with chai too, by the way. You can make this with any beverage you want. You can make it with chai, you can make it with decaf coffee, you can make it with whatever you want. So you have your frothed milk. Okay. Folks on Instagram are saying something happened when that person called me, unfortunately. So, I wonder what's going on. Can you guys on the InstaWeb tell me if it's like stopping? Because it looks like it's stopping, and I don't know what that's about, because that I don't really want to happen. Who's trying to say hi? Oh, Boho Native. Oh, I miss you. Oh, and you don't want to be on. Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna put a napkin down. Now you have your special little pumpkin spice latte. And again, if you have access to this, you can use a little pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon or anything like that. And this is the part, it's another part that I'm super cheesy. Okay, it's going all right. Jesse S says, are you on the Instagram too, Jesse S? Can you tell me if the Instagram's going okay? I see a lot of people signing on, but I don't see, I just don't see, like the stream seems to be doing things. So if you're having trouble on the InstaWeb, come on over to YouTube Live. We're doing great over there. Thanks to our producer. Shout out to Ness. Pro Ness, we love you. Thank you for spending Thanksgiving with us. So a little pumpkin pie spice is fun. Now, this is the part that is really cheesy. And I can't do it because I didn't quite froth it right. But when you froth it just right and the foam is like smooth, I used to write messages for my husband in pumpkin pie spice on the top of the coffee, which is, sweet. Obviously, it's very, very sweet. But you can also write them to yourself. And I used to do that too when I was like trying to pick what I thought I wanted to hear today. Some days it would be, you've got this. Some days this would be, this is your day. Some days this would be, hang in there, whatever it is. Some days I would just draw a dog. And it's just another way to make your coffee fun, or your morning beverage, whatever your morning beverage is fun. Oh, hi, TJ. Yay. I am not at SF Expo this weekend. I am very sad to not be there. Yes, they do often forget to put me on the site. I'm glad you noticed. But I am not there this weekend. I am doing some other sneaky sneakerson stuff. Oh, that was a lot of pumpkin pie spice. Okay, it's gonna be very spicy. Spiced, not spicy. But my girl Carolina is gonna be there. I think Lucy's gonna. I don't know if Lucy's gonna be there. But I know Steve Bloom is going to be there. I'm super jealous of everybody getting to hang. It's going to be awesome. But I'll tell you where I will be. Be in two places the weekend after, because I am a glutton for punishment. So I am flying out to Philadelphia to do PAX Unplugged. I'm going to be doing a super cool live play of the new Dragonlance stuff that's happening. Jasmine Pollard, aka that bronze girl, Bronze, is going to be our DM, and it's me and, oh gosh, I don't know who I'm allowed to announce. I'm not sure who I'm allowed to announce besides me, so I'm going to let you go on the Twitter and look at the Wizards of the Coast website. There's no sound, just moving pictures. Okay. I am gonna go away from Instagram and I'm gonna come back. That's what's gonna happen there. Okay, bye. I'm gonna put it in the chat here. Be back in oh my gosh, you guys, this is a good lesson, children. Good lesson to make sure to put do not disturb on when you are live streaming on Instagram, because it will completely screw up your video. Let's see, share. Part 1. Join us now for part 2. Oh my gosh, you guys. I know, isn't it really gripping television to watch me texting? I know. This is that hot, spicy content that you all came here for. Let's see. Join us now on YouTube Live or IG Live for part 2. Cover, we're going to change the cover because we can, maybe, I don't know if we can. Sorry guys, this is, again, gripping television. Gripping, I'm really proud of my work here. Okay, done. I'm just going to share it. Share it so we can save it. That's the only reason I'm sharing it. Okay, now we're going to go back. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to put do not disturb on and now not be a dum-dum. Yes, I use the word dum-dum. I own it. It's you know, it's like a fun word for making a mistake. It's not actually calling yourself dumb. I'm going to let that post and then I'm going to get all these folks back. Yay, part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Okay, there we go. Chompy, time to show up to the con in a full Symmetra Art Deco gown. That is true. Hello, for those of you who were here before, this is part 2. The phone is on Do Not Disturb, so we will be fine. For those of you who were not here, welcome to our Thanksgiving chill stream. For those of you who don't have anyone who are hanging alone this Thanksgiving or just need a break from the family drama or need a pregame to your awesome family stuff, that's what this is for us. This is our pregame. Obviously, because I don't usually wear rollers and glasses on my head for a live stream, but maybe I should. I mean, why not? Okay, am I going to visit Comic-Con Stockholm ever? I would love to. Yes, please send. The best way to get any of us actors and voice actors out to a convention is to hit up the convention promoters. Whether tweeting at them, as long as Twitter lasts, tweeting at them or sending messages through their website and whatever you can find. That's always the best way. If I had my druthers, I would be doing a convention every weekend. Okay, maybe not every weekend, but I do a lot of conventions because I love coming to them. I love traveling. And I love seeing all of you. And I love conventions because it's where we celebrate what we love and then we get celebrated for loving what we love because we celebrate each other, right? At the moment, oh, that's what I was talking about. PAX Unplugged. So we're doing PAX Unplugged. And then on Saturday morning, I will fly home at the crack of eggs to Los Angeles and head directly to Los Angeles Comic-Con, where I'm going to be doing two panels in one day. I'm going to be doing a panel about crowdfunding, doing a successful crowdfunding campaign, thanks to all the folks who helped me crowdfund this little awesome project, which is not so little. Then I'm also going to be doing a panel on acting for games, and that's going to be along with casting director Julia Bianco Scheffling. She's really awesome, and some other folks that you need to meet. So come check it out if you are in either city, either in Philadelphia or in Los Angeles this weekend. Come say hi. Would very much like to see all of you. And then after that, I am going underground because I'm gonna be shooting something secret. Bye. Oh no, shooting something secret. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know, I know some of you know, but more often than not, when we are shooting something or recording a game, more often than not, we are not allowed to tell anybody about it until like it comes out, which is fun when it comes out, but just excruciating until it does, because I really want to share all of these fun things with you guys. But rest assured, cool things are coming. Yeah. So let me check out this stream here. Yes, Kobe Ruckus, I will be at the LA Comic-Con doing 2 panels. I will be doing acting for games with Julia Bianco Scheffling, and I will be doing doing a successful crowdfunding campaign. And you can find that on the site and on the, I'm sure there's like a program when you get there. I'm just gonna show up and hopefully they're gonna show me where I'm going because I'm gonna be so confused after having no sleep. But really, if you're anywhere near the Philadelphia area and can get a ticket to PAX Unplugged, it's going to be such a cool live play. It's going to be a late night on Friday night. I think we're going like 7 p.m. to 12 or something like that. I don't know, something crazy. And then I will be not sleeping and then going directly to the airport because I'm a genius. Cool. So back to Thanksgiving. Happy All Food Day, Turgeonox. Wow, that's a clever name. Hi, Phoenix Wolf. It's good to see you. What is in my Austin cup? Snapdragon Game Channel, where have you been? This is the pumpkin spice latte that we just made. that you can make in your dorm room or your hotel room. And it's quite delicious. And yes, I do sip my coffee through a straw because I don't want to strain my teeth. So that's what's about to happen here. That's right. Delicious. Delicious and nutritious. Oh yeah, the mug situation. So one of my favorite collection, I only have like one thing that I actually collect in the world, and it's these very specific kind of Starbucks mugs, because the first time I got one of these, I just liked the design so much. I can't even remember what my first one was. So every city I went to, or every country I went to, when I went there, I would try to get one of these guys. And now I have, I don't know, like 50 something, maybe 60. Some cities and some countries don't have them, which I learned the hard way when I was driving cross country and trying to stop and find a mug in every city. But yeah, it makes me happy because every morning we get to say, okay, where do you want to go today? And today I was thinking about South by Southwest for reasons, and it made me put Austin. It made me pick the Austin Cup, which I really, really love. I also love Austin because we spent a New Year's there when Rick's band Vintage Trouble, go check them out online. They're freaking awesome. When they played New Year's out there with Willie Nelson. And so we all hung out and had a fantastic time. And so that's what this is about. Ta-da! Oh, oops. See, almost forgot my straw. Usually it's a metal straw. I know this is weird. This is like a BPA stream straw. I don't know. I can't find my metal straw because if you saw this home and all of my crap around it, you would understand why I can't find it. I'm sure there's a metal straw somewhere. It's probably in my purse, which is the wrong place to have a metal straw. So while we are here and celebrating Thanksgiving, I would like to go back to the conversation about those of you who might be struggling during the holidays. Whether you do have people around you or you don't have people around you, sometimes the holidays can evoke difficult times. You know, for those of us who've maybe had a breakup recently or lost a loved one, it can be a particularly emotional time. And I just want to offer you a couple of things from stories of mine. I don't give advice, I give opinions. So take it or leave it, whatever works for you. But for a very, 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 very long time in my life, I spent the holidays wishing I were somewhere else, and sadly, some holidays wishing I was someone else. I struggled a lot with depression. I struggled with all sorts of stuff for many, 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 many years. And in 2010, when I finally achieved what I like to call head from ass extraction, and I was trying to figure out who I was. I just had a really painful breakup with someone, very emotional breakup, and after a long-term relationship, and I decided I was going to take the holidays back. I was going to do whatever it was that I needed to do to make myself happy. And I think a lot of us, when we're feeling sad, there's a challenge because you want to let yourself feel the emotion, but you don't want to let yourself fall so deep into it that you can't get out. So when I was coming out of that low point, which was arguably one of the lowest points in my life, I would say to myself, okay, Anjali, you can cry all day if you want, but you got to cry while you're doing the dishes. You got to cry while you're reading. You got to cry while you're doing something so that you start to get used to feeling something else, anything else. And then it turned out that the way that I started to reclaim the holidays was cooking. I am not a person who likes cooking. I'm a person who is a good cook, but if it takes me longer to cook it than to eat it, I don't want it. I like to do it for parties and I like to do it for other people, but in general, it's not my thing. But when you think of it as something that you're making something and then giving it away, it fills your heart. I don't really know how to describe that. So I spent that holiday cooking and putting up things around the house that smelled good. I got a cinnamon broom, which I have over there that still smells like cinnamon, all sorts of things. And what I found was, yes, I was still wishing that I was where that person was or in other places, but I was so much more present to what was around me too. And I was able to enjoy myself. Oh, Boho Native, hi, I love you so much. I was able to have both of those things happen at the same time. I was able to be sad for the thing that I had lost or let go of, and I was able to be happy for the things that I was starting to recreate in my life. And you know, you don't have to go straight from sad or brokenhearted to all of a sudden happy go la la. Like that's really that's a really difficult thing to expect from yourself. But if you give yourself just that one step of like, okay, well, I love my morning coffee. I'm going to enjoy that. That is my joy. I'm going to really savor this. And yes, I'm going to be sad about that other thing, but I'm also going to be here now. Take care, Phoenix Wolf. Nice to see you. So, I would offer up to connect with people online who are, this is such a wonderful community. Obviously, the Bimaniacs Discord is there 24/7. There is someone there. It's amazing. You guys are all over the world. Check that out. Connect with someone online to get you out of that place that you're stuck in. If you're stuck, if you are finding yourself really, really low, please, 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 please reach out to a professional, reach out to someone. There are so many hotlines in the world, and the world would miss you so much if you were not here. So we need you to take care of yourself. And a huge part of that is your own heart and your own head. Yeah. So, so that's one of the ways that I started to slowly reclaim the holidays. Do I recommend any tip for getting over something? Well, what I just said is kind of like, that's kind of it, because I do know if you don't let yourself feel the feelings, they will just either simmer and then pop out at inconvenient moments, or they'll just start punching you in the freaking face because you're not paying attention. So I do think it's important to feel what you're feeling, but then to also come back and say, okay, well, that happened. And now I'm here. That happened then. I can still lament that and be moving forward. I can still lament that and be focusing on what's to come. I can still lament that and be creating something and talking to other people and finding out what they want. Like I had way back at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about how much I loved that the gaming community online and how generous they were. And at the time, I was we were grieving over the loss of my father because he passed away at the beginning of 2017. I know other people in the game had come into the game with other big things that they were carrying, and connecting with community, whether online or in person. If you can do it in person, go for it safely. Safely if you are somewhere where COVID or anything else is running strong. But if you can connect with community, and especially if you have a chance to give or volunteer in any way, you don't have to go to some like organized volunteering agency to volunteer. You can just be nice to people. You can be kind to people. There is someone in need around you, I guarantee you. So have a great Thanksgiving, Necray. Time to turn grap into gold. That's right. I hope that's not what you mean about your Thanksgiving. Hang in there. So yeah, TJ, yeah. So I'm gonna promote your place. And tell me if I'm getting this right. It's the I know you. Okay, well, Agents of Fandom is TJ's podcast. He and Garrett have this great podcast, but you also have Agents of Change, she says convincingly. I feel like that is the name of that community, and he will put it in there and let me know if I got it right. But it's a wonderful community for you guys to check out online that is very specifically about maintaining our mental health. And anyone, like I said at the beginning of this thread, I promise you that even the people who life seems like it's so easy and so blessed for, it is an ongoing job to take care of your mental and emotional health. It's really, really, really something that you keep doing. Hello, I'm so glad you got the print, Queen Val. Yay. But it's I cannot stress enough. We take care of our bodies. Well, most of the time, we think about our physical health much more than we think about our mental and emotional health. I call it emotional hygiene. If you're going to brush your teeth every day, you got to do whatever it takes to keep your heart and your head healthy and clean and well as well. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, please don't try to be perfect, because nobody's perfect and it's going to drive you nuts. But at least be graceful to yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself a break when times are hard. I used to be terrible, like the worst in the world at that. And thankfully, my husband and my friends all started to break me a little bit of that habit. And I still fall back into it. Again, it's upkeep. It's something that we have to do on a daily basis and check in with ourselves. But if you are not taking care of yourself, then you can't take care of anyone else, and you can't be the biggest, fullest, best, fun-sized person that you are. We need you in the world. We need your energy. We need you to understand that there's a whole world, not just a community, but a whole world of people out there to meet and learn from and enjoy and laugh with. So, Baloid, you were looking for affirmation help. Okay, well, we can go back to the beginning of the stream where I talked about this candle that my friend Beth made. Go to stateofbeingco.com, stateofbeingco.com. She has these wonderful affirmations there, and these really great candles if you end up wanting them. She also has them in tins, which I take with me when I travel. And I think I have a code. I try code Anjali10 and see if that gets you a discount, because I think that might get you a discount. Oh, look, there's a wild bear sighting. Oh no, the wild rock star in his live in his look at everyone. Watch while we see the wild Rick Barrio-Dill in his native habitat. Coming around to get some coffee. Oh no. Oh, there he is. Oh, hello. Taz is on.
Oh shit. Oh shit. What's good, Taz? What's poppin'?
Okay, you want to know what's important to my mental health? That guy right there. That guy and Charlie. Where's Charlie? He's under the bed?
No, he's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to make some kind of an appearance, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
Sorry about that noise. We're making more coffee. It's very important in this family. It is the elixir of life. We love it. Jesse S., your friend got a copy of book and you bought it for yourself as well. Oh, you get 2 copies. Well, maybe you can pay it forward to someone else. TJ says, thank you for the wedding present. Love you. Yes, and his glasses are dope. They're very, very cool. He's pretty dope. But this is another thing that, like, this is a perfect segue, I think. I mean, his appearance is generally a perfect segue. I love it. When he shows up, it just makes me happy. So, there he is again. But about the people, that's okay, about the people that you surround yourself with. You know, I was talking about community and talking about how there is a whole community of people out there. But one of the most important things to your mental health is surrounding yourself with people who reflect back the best in you and support you in troubled times. The way I like to put it, and the way I talk about Rick and our circle of friends, is these are people who will accept me exactly as I am, but will not settle for me being less than I can be, right? And we all have a choice. We may not have a choice who our blood family is, but other than that, we have a choice who to surround ourselves with. And there are so many people in this community. There are so many people in the gaming community, in the online community. There are so many people that you can find that are, for lack of a better term, good for you. If you are playing Overwatch or Apex and you get frustrated with a toxic player, play with someone else. You do not have to play with that person. You can actively just go somewhere else, save yourself from that energy. It's very important, because that's part of that emotional and mental hygiene I was talking about. I get to surround myself with him and the doggy. And today we have my mom. We're going to go down there and take her to dinner, which is going to be nice. And even when you don't have people right in front of you, like I said, you can have people online. I mean, I got Finn, I got Taz, both of them are in the UK. We've got Shesed, who's all the way out in the Philippines. Finn and Shesed, I haven't met in person at all, right? But we are still friends, and we have made this amazing connection because we have the internet. Baloid, I wanted to ask as a working actress how to deal. Oh, this is a great question. Okay. How to deal with mental health, especially doing auditions or trying to book jobs and maybe not booking certain jobs. This is actually something that applies to not just actors, but to people in general. And that is, how do you deal with rejection? A lot of times we will, people will ask, how do you handle all the rejection as an actress? It used to be, I don't know, I just do. And then I realized after a while that the key is, especially with something where it's a job or something that you tried out for. Whoops, there goes the coffee all over my sweater. There is a big difference between rejection and disappointment. Big difference. But the two can very easily be confused for each other, right? So, for example, say I do an audition and I feel like I did a terrible job and I don't get the job. If I don't get the job and I say, oh man, I really wish I had that job, I'm really sad, I'm really disappointed. If I say that, that's the disappointment. But then if in my head I continue on to, wow, I'm such a loser, or I must be a terrible actress, or what's wrong with me. That's a question we should stop asking ever. There's nothing wrong with you. But if we go on to that second half of the sentence, that's when we turn it into rejection, because we're rejecting ourselves, right? And I know this sounds a little woo-woo, but stick with me here, because it is a very practical thing that you can do. This is not about like writing out what you want to manifest and, you know, burning it and releasing it to the gods. This is very, very practical. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I do all that stuff too. I don't care what I have to do to make things happen. I do whatever I can. But if you can find a way to separate those two things, if you can find a way, oh, bye, Agents of Fandom, bye, love you too. If you can find a way to separate those two things, to separate the thing that happened from your value, your worth, your moral compass, if you can find a way to separate that, it becomes much easier to move through it. Because then it becomes about plot points in your life, not states of being that you carry with you and you try to own. You know, when I was dealing with depression, someone once told me this is one of the most valuable tools. And I don't know why this isn't more out there. But she said, and this is a shout out to Kathleen Campbell-Stone, inlivingharmony.com. This is an amazing woman who's one of my best friends. I would not be where I am in life without her. Just hands down. She's incredible. But she said to me, stop calling it your depression. It's just depression. It's something we experience. It is not yours. You do not have to own it. It is not a part of you that you have to pull away from, right? It is just something that you are experiencing and that you can not experience as you move through. Oh, out here. Okay, gotcha. Agents of Fandom, thanks. And that tool is also something to peel away that disappointment from rejection. As long as you don't reject yourself, it's not rejection. If you don't get a job, this is another shout out to someone else, Michael Kostrov, incredible acting teacher, audition teacher. And he runs a thing called Audition Psych, which is all about the mindset that you need to have when you're doing auditions, right? And I can't believe I had not really thought of it this way beforehand. But he said, look, if 100 people audition for a job and one person gets it, does that mean 99 people suck? No, it means one person was picked. It doesn't mean that, hey, Finn, is there any way to block that person? Thank you. It doesn't mean, not from YouTube, from Instagram. I don't know if we can do that. I lost my train of thought. Ness, help, where was I? Oh no, I can't hear you. Here comes the voice of God, you guys.
You were talking about if 100 people audition, you pick one.
Oh, right. Thank you. Shout out to Ness, everyone. You heard the voice of God right there. If 99 people don't get a job, it does not mean that all of those people suck and all of those people have been rejected. It just means that one person got picked. And that is going to happen every time you audition for something. That is going to happen every time you try to do something that involves other people who might be trying to do the same thing. If you don't get a job because of a job interview, if you don't get a raise because someone else got, or you don't get a promotion because someone else got it. If one person, exactly, if one person makes it, it doesn't mean everyone fails. And I would also argue, and this is something that I deal with on a regular basis, so this is a challenge for me too. It's the same thing that I said at the beginning of the stream. When you see someone else succeeding, and there's a part of you that feels like, gosh, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? Why is it always them and not me? You can be disappointed about the not getting it, but let them getting it be proof to you that it's possible. Don't let them getting it be proof to you that you can't have it, because that's not what it is. There is plenty out there in the world. There is so much, especially for you actors out there, there is so much content. There's so much happening. I cannot think of a better time in history to be an actor or to be a creator. If you are an influencer and creating online, because the playing field has been leveled in terms of access. You guys can create here. We can make movies with our iPhones. There's all sorts of opportunities for us. So yeah, I hope that helps with your question. Just peel that rejection feeling away and let yourself have the disappointment. Yeah, it's so difficult not to compare yourself to others. We all do it. I totally get that. People often say compare and despair, which is a nice little, reminder. But it's so hard not to do that. And really, it's really hard not to do that when you're scrolling through social media a lot. I find when I'm feeling myself starting to lean into why do they have it and I don't have it, immediately I just make sure I'm getting off social media and focusing on my life and what I do have. I may not be getting the specific roles I want, but I don't know anyone who has a career that is exactly like mine, and I love it, and a life that is exactly like mine, and I love it. And so, yeah, they may have gotten that one thing, but I have this, and something cool is coming down the line. So, my dears, we have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Oh my goodness, how this flew by. Jesse S., how do you find an agent to represent you? Your friend has tried in multiple areas up in Canada. The rejections have been coming in. Should she look elsewhere? That's a great question. I don't know that I feel qualified to answer that because I haven't worked in Canada. What I will say is if she has a visa to work in the US, why not? Like, yeah, look elsewhere. But I do think that finding an agent is an ongoing, just like auditions, until you have an agent, finding an agent is just part of the job. And you just got to keep hustling, just like people who are trying to find new work, people who are trying to get promotions. You just got to keep hustling, keep putting yourself out there. I do think it's great to create content. If you are a talented person and you feel like no one is seeing it, we have all of these opportunities to create it and put it out there in the world. And I think that's a great, 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 great thing. I know, Robbie, I don't want it to end either, but I kind of do want it to end because I'm really excited to see my mom. You guys, my mom, okay, I'm going to talk about my mom and dad right now because I have had 2 favorite Thanksgivings. And one of them was with my mom and dad before my dad left this plane. The 2 of them gave me so many gifts, and I am going to share 2 of them with you, one from dad and one from mom. Mom is a wildly artistic person, like incredibly artistic. She just has an eye and a mind for creative things. But her career was as an obstetrician gynecologist. Okay, well, so many of us think of, oh, you're either an artist or you're an engineer, or you're an artist or you're a doctor. Your career does not dictate your passion, does not dictate who you are. You've got your passion and your path that you take, and you've got your purpose. My passion, my weapon of choice to fulfill my purpose is storytelling and acting. And my purpose is to come to you guys, to come to people and say, what do you want and how do we get it? What's your superpower? What's in the way? Let's figure that out. Let's figure that out, because I get so excited about other people being excited about things. And I got that because I had the freedom in my life to remember that just because you're an artist, you're not bad at things that are not art. And when you are when you have another career, you can also live your artistic life for yourself. And this last gift that I want to offer was from my dad. And my dad told me a few years before he passed that if he was not a surgeon, he would have wanted to be an actor. And I remember talking with him after that a little bit after that. And he turned to me and he said, you know, Anju, I don't know. I sometimes I'll just be sitting there and my eyes will start to well up. And I don't know what it is. And I don't know, does that mean there's something wrong with me? And all I could say to him was, absolutely not, Dad. You have big feelings. Tears aren't always sadness. Tears are emotion that is so big that you can't let it, it has to come out your eyes. And it's a beautiful thing to feel. It's a beautiful thing to have all of it. It's a beautiful thing to have the entire rainbow and palette of feelings that you all are having. So today, especially for those of you who might be struggling, remember that this part of the life experience is just as valuable as all of the super happy, wonderful times. This time we have together is real, right? Whatever you are feeling, whatever it is, allow yourself to have it, knowing that you can paint with all those other emotions along the way as well. You're not stuck in one place. You just have one more color. You have one more option, one more color of paint to paint with. The freedom to feel, I find, is one of the best ways for us to allow ourselves to feel those feelings and move past them so that we can then go on and let go of things that we need to, and then grab on to life as hard as we want to and enjoy that ride. So I know this is going to sound like a end of stream shameless plug, but since we were talking about emotions and stuff like that, a lot of these stories are in this book. And I would be honored if you guys would grab a copy and tell me what you think about it. Send me emails. My email is anjali@iamfunsize.com. It's very easy to find me. send me questions, send me your dog pictures. Maybe not so much the cats, but if the cats are cute, you can send me the cute cats. But there's a lot more of that in this book, and I very much wanted to put this book out for that very, very same reason, because I want you to know, again, your journey may be unique, but you are not alone. You are not alone. And I hope that today's stream reminded you of that. All of you in the community, thank you for being here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ness, for showing up on the holiday and being the voice of God and keeping me on track so I remembered what the heck I was supposed to be saying. I love you guys. I love you so much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember that we need you on this planet because you're the only you we've got. You're the only expression of you that we have, and we miss you if you're gone. Big love. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I am very grateful for all of you. I'm going to go take these rollers out and eat my body weight in cornbread and pumpkin things. Bye, guys.